Am I on?
Mine too far away.
Oh, labor and delivery is happening. Oh, we're gonna have to sit up, Ellie.
This is just casual conversation.
Yeah.
Not scripted, just...
I am never scripted. I'm like sweaty. Those cameras pick up everything.
How we met?
No.
This is gonna be fun.
I know. Wait. I do know how we met.
Do you?
My recollection is I walked up to you in Hershey 3 years ago. Brett was there. You were there. You guys were all getting your smocks. And I was like, these are amazing. This booth is amazing. And you were like, and I was like, I really like this. You guys are going to do really well. That's when we met.
No.
No.
We met before that.
When?
So you were speaking for our tarot.
Oh, Onadas.
Yes. You were speaking and you did your scissor thing, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you had no clue who we were. But I came up to you after you were done and I was like, hey, you need to come teach our team.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I remember that.
But yeah, that was the first time we actually met. But we didn't talk a ton. And then we talked on Messenger a little bit. And then Hershey, you came over and you were like, I like this.
Yes.
I like what you got going here.
Now look, it's 2025.
Yep.
God, I look at the booth and we went in today this morning and they were like, why is it so dark in here? I'm like, because retro lights are not on. I mean, the booth is grown and grown, but I knew that was going to happen. How did we get here? We got here because I got a call from a friend and she says, did you see online? And I says, no, I've been working all day in the mobile. What happened? And he says, Ellie got into a really bad car accident. And I was like, no. And then I went online real quick and I was like, oh no. And something inside of me was like, I need to just stop what I'm doing right now. I need to channel into that OR into her brain and tell her this is going to be okay. And I was like, I know this is weird, but give me a minute. Literally, we were on a call and I was like, hold on. And I just went into this Zen place and I was like, Ellie, this is going to be okay. And we didn't have that relationship, but I was like, I knew I could throw that energy that way.
Yeah. And you know, I've told you this in private, but I feel like I heard you, like in the weirdest way, you know.
Crazy.
And I remember talking to you on FaceTime when I was barely, you know, I was like in and out. I was in the ICU at that point. I had just had several hours of surgery. And you were like, you're going to be okay. You're a fighter. You're going to get through this and all the things. And I'm just thinking in my head, you're right. But like, I didn't know we were friends like that, man. I remember thinking that. And I was like,
we are.
Do I actually matter? Like, that's kind of what came to my mind. And, you know, I've had so many people reach out to me throughout this whole experience from my accident. I had no idea I was influential, I guess, in the way I am. I've kind of been hard on myself, I guess you could say. And I think a lot of us are.
Well, it's like anything. We're groomers, right? We get lost in the haircut. We get lost in the pattern. We get lost in competition. And there's so many worlds. There's competitor world, vendor world, competitive world, pet groomer, all around. Yeah. So when you think about it, like I look around and I've looked around and I thought about it and I said, of course you matter. Look at this. We're all laced up with your designs, your work. Yeah. You are clothing everybody here. And if you weren't here, what would we do? How would I look so fly?
I know, right? I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I mean, that's not the reason why we do it, but we are all a community. And when one of us goes down, and then I heard it was a right foot, I don't know. Like I felt like my right foot, your right foot. I was like, I know that she's gonna need me, and I know a right foot injury, and there it was.
Yeah, and then we bonded over our injuries and how long everything took, and the massive amount of surgeries. And
a lot of surgeries. Me was an Achilles tendon wound that would not close, with a lot of failed, bad infected surgeries. A lot of people ask, what happened? Literally, it was routine. A little tear came into a rupture, and then it went into this big old.
And you had how many surgeries?
9 surgeries, just Dean healed. Right before this show, 905 days. Wow. And I know that number because you have to know your number, right? You have to know your number. How many times when you figured out you were a great groomer, when did that happen for you? When did it happen when you knew retro was like there, right?
Yeah, probably Hershey last year.
Yeah, like everybody knows their moment.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, Mr. 808, I'm Mrs. 905.
Yeah, I like it. I like that.
Yeah. So one thing I knew that Ellie was going to need, because I knew that I needed, and I wish I had it, was the journey. You remember what I did?
Yeah.
So I eventually, like, Brett would call me, Ellie would call me. He's like, you want to talk to her? And I was just like, she wants to talk to me, but it was just that connection. And I said, I'm going to take a screenshot so she knows how, and yes, I was going to landmark it for her. I took 3 screenshots. One was the first, like the really first initial. And she had no idea I was doing this.
Yeah.
And she called me or texted me one day and she was just like, I don't know how you do this. And I sent her the screenshot and she was like, you screenshotted me? And I was like,
So mad.
Yes, but I will never share it with anybody. This is just for you.
Yeah.
And I said, look at how far you've come from this day. Because I feel like we need markers.
We do, and people don't understand there's an in-between. You know, everybody says there's good days and bad days, but they're not with you. You know, a lot of people say, how are you doing? Well, I'm great right now, you know, but ask me tonight when I'm in my room and I'm exhausted and I can't even get into my bathroom to go to the bathroom. There are some things that you just can and can't do. And having someone that's been there and that
You can relate
feels
to
that is
Yes.
super important. And it's kind of my mission now to, like, I don't know, you did it for me, and I want to, like, anybody else that I see that
Pay it
has an
forward.
injury or whatever, or even if they're struggling mentally with just anything, I'm like, oh, let me help you. Come here. I'll cuddle you.
But think about the industry we're in, right? We're in a trade show right now, and we are watching our fellow peers on stage, and they're putting it all out there.
They are.
And they're nervous, and they're getting up at crazy hours of the day.
4 a.m., 3 a.m.
And they're driving
They have
all
dogs.
these things. They have crates everywhere. We don't see that. We just see them winning, doing beautiful haircuts, just like the booth.
Did you used to compete?
Never competed.
Okay.
I just wasn't. I was the kid that needed to keep scrapping through.
Yeah,
And I didn't.
which is great.
I didn't even know I loved dogs like that. You know.
Yeah,
So
that's
one foggy day, and that's how it started. So by that time, I was already like, just become a groomer. I want to do that.
I hear you.
And the competitive world just never connected with me. But either ways, it found me. I still know everybody there.
I love it.
support them. And I know that section is not for me. Just like I know office.
That's okay.
Like an office building. Like you put me in office, I will be an HR write-up all day. You put me here and everybody's like, do it more. And I'm like, yes. So we have to be placed in the right situations. But going to what you're saying, I see competitors out there and they're crying in the back and they're just so down and so beaten through. And I say to them, you're going to win. It's interesting. Nadia Bongelli is now winning everything and she's around. And she just told me, she came to my booth and she said, Jess, you told me 3 years ago in Vegas that I was going to win jackpot.
Yeah.
And she was all stressed out. She didn't know me. I didn't know her. She was offended. She was like, who are you?
She was. I heard this story.
Yes. And she came today to me and she goes, man, you just knew. And I said, it's okay. Even if you don't know your potential, I can see your potential. And sometimes we need that for each other. And I knew you were going to get through. I knew you were going to need that extra because like you said, the quiet times when how do you stand on one leg, but you can't stand on one leg? How do you go to the bathroom? How do you wash? How do you shave? Like, how do you do the normal things that everybody just does?
Wipe after going to the bathroom. That's hard. That's hard on one leg.
There's one thing we could talk about is bedpans.
Oh my God.
Nurses,
Yes.
doctors. I mean, so having that commonality to be even partners, like our partners are so supportive, but they take on the caretaker role.
Yeah.
And when they take on the caretaker role, they don't realize that we're actually the patients and we actually want to do things too.
Yeah,
you
and
lose
it's
your
hard to
independence.
find that balance.
Yeah.
And the freedom is just gone.
Yeah.
You know, you're in the car with them, you're listening to their music, you're going to their fast food restaurant instead of going and getting your smoothie or whatever.
Right.
And it's these little bitty things that seemingly don't matter. Like
Right. Every day.
realistically, they don't matter, but it just builds up over time. And it's exhausting for them.
I attribute this type of injury where you don't know, and it's something like your injury was literally they created this surgery to fix you, right?
They did, yes. There are no case studies around what the bone I broke. It's a big, big bone.
So with your injury, there's no case study. So basically, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. We have to create it. With mine, the same thing. We don't know when this is going to close, how it's going to heal. We don't know. I attribute this to like COVID. Do you remember when we were in COVID and everything shut down? Everybody was in pandemonium.
I mean,
it was
it's
scary.
terrifying.
Things shut down. You didn't have a normalcy. You did not have freedom. That you were deemed unessential. So it was like, wait a minute. So you basically lost all your freedoms, and then you had no light on the end of the tunnel. So if anybody wants to know what this feels like, it feels like COVID with no ending.
It does. Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right? Because there's no light. You have to create the light. And then everybody's like, are you okay? Are you okay? But you just want normalcy.
Yeah.
You want to be able to drive your car.
Yes.
You want to be able to go to the bathroom by yourself. And those things, when people ask you, are you okay? You're like, well, I'm here.
Do you want the real answer?
Right. I'm lucky to be here. And I know that I'm fortunate, but this really sucks.
Yeah.
It's a stage. It's like when our kids grow and we watch their teeth fall out and they just go through these stages, but we go through stages too, and nobody really pays attention to them. So that was...
I don't know if it's they don't pay attention to them. I think they're afraid to ask.
Yeah.
I think they're afraid to find out to some degree, because then, you know, they would maybe feel obligated to help when maybe they don't have the capability to help.
That's very true.
And I think that's where I've been a few times with some other people. You know, I've wanted to help them, but maybe in that moment I didn't have the capability to help them.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's fear.
Yeah. It's so true. Like fear, you know, and some people can't just articulate what I'm going through. So it really is just so nice that we bonded this way.
We did.
And then we move forward and we check on each other all the time. And then Ellie goes, well, I'm good. We check on our surgery times. I'm deemed healed, but now I got to go through another surgery.
Yeah.
And Ellie's like, but what surgery? And I'm like, I got to have some upper boob surgery. And she's like, what? And it's crazy to me how you have such a background with this. So it's like another connection. Like I connected with you with the right foot. And now I know everybody. It's another surgery. I've been dealing with this for 4 years before my foot injury. And every time somebody comes to hug me, I'm in pain. So I have a chronic condition, basically, that keeps my boobs infected and in a lot of pain. For whatever reason, it's time to let them go. And that's a tough decision. It's a tough thing, especially after going through this battle. It's like now we have to re-up for another battle.
That's terrifying. Like that has to be terrifying. You know, this could have been an easy surgery and it could have been fixed, but because there was one small issue.
Yeah.
And not a great surgeon, potentially the first time, right? Like having it's a major surgery.
Major.
Is terrifying. So
now I lean on you. See, Ellie has a background in this. And then she told me, she's like, I know all about this. I've had this in my family. So this is what we're trying to say. In trying to find a normalcy, you find a support system, just like COVID. Everybody started to network. We started to...
We did. We came together. It was really cool to see as an industry, people pulling together, people who have never tried to pull together before. And now we're all of a sudden seeing people come together. There's so much competition, which is okay in the competition ring, but you need to come together as a community.
A community, like I can help you, you can help me. There's several people who sell the same thing. And there's
absolutely.
Yeah, there's no reason to negate what they're doing. We're just different, and there's differences for everyone. That's why we have so many choices. And I think
we're great friends with the other vendors. I mean, we go to dinner with them. We don't view it as a competition. We just, there's something for everyone.
Absolutely.
And, you know, you were talking about the competition in the different stages. In this industry, I've been the PetSmart groomer. I've been the groomer at the vet tech. I've been the groomer at the private salon. I've been the groomer in my own salon doing my own thing. I've been the business owner. I've been the competitor. I've been the speaker. I've been all of these things. And finding you is the first time I truly feel like I've found my place. Like I've found my home.
I love that.
And I'm sad it took this to get there.
But that's, see that? I think it's already happening. But it's just one of those things where if that's our mission and we look at this in 20 years and said, we did that. Remember that?
I did that.
So now Ellie's on the knee scooter. I'm going to transfer my scooter to her. And this is what we do. I mean, And that knowledge to be able to, I mean, I saw it with Adrian, you know, when she got COVID, and she was my muse to say, wow, this woman has been through so much.
And she's still struggling, you know.
There's always an after effect.
Medically, she's still struggling a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've had those people too, just in the industry, that just have shown such incredible resilience. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pushing. Yeah. And I think it could be really easy to give up, but
everybody says you have a mentor. We have a mentor in grooming, in life, in business. Yesterday, a girl came over and she needed business help. She needed to get her business off. I says, I got the girl for you. It's Ellie. This is what she does all day, every day.
Yeah.
So instead of saying, well, I could do that, I know how to run a business, I said, she does way better than me because she's expanded and grown. And not that I can't, but it's more of her passion. Business,
I do love
right. So, yeah, absolutely. You know, and just like me, my passion is I love all the style. I love all the flair. I love to put that voice out there, because I know that there's some groomers who are like, just this morning, getting my coffee, one girl says, you know, there are days that I don't want to do it. And I just go on your page, and because you pushed through, I'm going to do it. And I said, you see, there's a good investment in coffee.
Absolutely. See, we got our things that get us through. Everyone has their vices.
So I look at the next challenge and the next battle and say, you know what? I have you, you have me. It's going to be okay. The industry has us.
We're going to get through it.
Yeah. And I know that, like, right after the holidays and come back in 2026, it's going to be okay. It's going to be a new look. It's going to be a new vibe, but we work it.
I got you.
We work
got
it.
Some swag.
See what I'm saying? We work it anyways. I'm actually happy to go into a smaller shirt.
Yeah.
There are silver linings to things when you have really big boobs and you can't close the shirt and everything has to be bigger.
Even I have a struggle, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it.
There are things that happen and there's no reason why they happen, but you have to take the lesson from it and say, what is the universe trying to tell me today?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I tell the universe, not today, Vecna, not today.
Today.
Not today. And it's usually the day when I wake up and, like, we have been on a lot of medicine. I mean, there's antibiotics. There's a lot of things.
Antibiotics.
And I'll tell you, the other day, I was on my last bit of antibiotics for this foot, and I sneezed and shwap, it was a shart. It was a shart. Yes, I said it. It was shart time.
It happens.
And when you're a kid, you never want to talk about these things that happen.
Yeah.
The boogies, none of this. The boogies, the poopies, nobody talks about it. Everybody's just clean. When we've been to bedpan status, and you have that sneeze and you pass 40 and you're like, Ellie, it's 9:15 and I sharted already. Are you okay? Are you okay? And she's like, I'm about to have a mental breakdown because I can't drive right now. And I'm like, well, I have shart and you can't drive. So maybe if I clean my shart and I drive for you, you'll be all right.
We'll be okay.
I said it. I have to say it because we don't talk about these things, but we need to talk about Bruno. Yes. And Bruno's in the room, and it happens to all of us. And when I start to talk to all the groomers, from, you know, the senior down to the novice, I'm just like, we all go through the same thing.
We do. At some level, we all go through the same thing, the similar thing.
From Canada to Australia to the U.S., I am telling you, we are all very similar.
Absolutely.
We all want to be seen. We all want to be doing what we love and have fun doing it. That's really just it.
It is.
Yeah.
I agree.
And all the stuff that happens in between, it's kind of like, it's like a battle, right? It's like, who's going to win? Who's going to win? And I think for you and I, what I noticed, especially in this show, it's like, I'm like, all right, come on, Ellie, you could do this. And she's just like, I got this. And I'm like, you're a grown-ass woman. I know exactly what that's about.
Yeah.
Just make your choices, because once you get injured, everybody just wants to help and they want to do it. And you're like,
which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. But at some point you're like, you know, I did build this whole business too. I
can do this.
Yeah.
And some people are like, well, is it just a competition for you? Do you just want to be better than everybody else? And I'm like, no. Well, like, to me, that question is crazy. I want to be better than myself.
Right. The competition is for yourself.
Like, I want to be better. Every turn, I want to be better.
Absolutely.
Than me, not than you, not than anybody else.
And people say, have you competed? I say, I compete every day.
Exactly.
Every day, every groom that I approach, I look at it and say, how can I make this better than the last time? Mm-hmm. How did I do the last time? And that is just how I keep going. And I look at the dogs and I snap pictures of them and I go, damn. In 3 years, even, you still get better. You still get better. I look at your booth and I go, wow, look at this. It grows and it grows and it grows. And it's amazing. And look at this. Amazing. We used to wear trash bags, literally trash bags.
Yeah.
And then you would get them
black,
like a
straight
X,
trash
and
bags.
they would just stand here because, that's what we had. And now look at this. I was telling a girl yesterday, I can go to a meeting with this. I can go to the gym, take it off. I can go any place, and people are like, I really like that shirt. And I'm just like, did you know it was a grooming shirt? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's super cool. So for that alone, I was like, oh, these are my style gurus. I got to get in here. Yeah. But look what happened, So I am so excited when I look over and I see you ringing people up, even if she's just like, oh, I could see, it starts to weigh because there's an energy level you have to produce just to be here, right?
Yeah.
The meds, the brace, the scooter, all the things. Then once you get here, you've already soaked up a lot of energy. And now you're talking to people, re-talking about the injury and all the things, and you're actually reliving it.
Yeah, every time.
Every time. It's like breaking up with an ex, and every time they're like, you talk about your ex, and you're like, no, I don't want to talk about this anymore. But it's hard to say you don't want to talk about it anymore because it's visible.
It is.
So I don't know if you do this, but I've done it. Like I try to hide the brace.
Yeah, I did yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. She had the new retro jumper on.
Yeah.
And I said, look, you're hiding your brace. And it's like, again, like COVID, like when you have that little sense of normalcy of yourself where you're standing up straight and you could just walk a little bit, you're like, I can do it.
That's why, you said, use the scooter, the electric one yesterday. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm good on the knee scooter because I'm standing and I feel a little bit
more
better.
Normal, yeah. And when you're sitting down, a lot of people don't realize this. When you're sitting down in a scooter, I fought the scooter for so long because I was like, oh, if I go to that route, I'm going to stay there. I don't know what it was for me. It was a block.
It does feel like that. And the wheelchair especially, I'm in the wheelchair at home a decent amount, still just trying to keep my foot up.
Yeah. And
I'm probably going to be in it today because I need to get this up.
Elevate it, yeah.
And people don't realize when you're in it, nobody sees you either.
Oh, you're at like a torso level.
They look over you, they run into you, they have zero regard for your being.
I don't think
like
anybody
it's a whole nother level.
Really, and I'm going to be 46 in December. In my 46 years, I have never been more discriminated in my life until I had my injury.
Yeah.
At checkout counters.
Yeah.
I mean, people who are rude because you're coming with the scooter, even if you use the horn, people are so nasty because they feel like you're entitled because you're young and you're in a scooter and they're like, well, what's wrong with you?
Exactly.
And sometimes scars aren't visible, injuries are not visible. Right now, you can't tell there's anything wrong with me, but there is.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, it's so interesting to see how people disregard you when you're at a lower level.
They do.
And when you're walking with them, they can look at eye level. And a lot of the times when I see a handicapped person now, I look at them and say, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
And I'm so glad that this has opened me up to that. It's not like I was ever rude or anything else before, but now I feel like I'm going to be real extra. Like I'm going to do the things for them. They don't even have ramps on sidewalks.
Yes.
They have handicap spots and then, you get out. There are no ramps.
Yes.
No ramps.
These are the things that we would have never thought about as much.
Yeah.
Because we're younger, we're not at that stage.
Right.
And we were thrusted into that stage and we're experiencing it now. And it's shocking. It really is shocking how the handicapped are treated. When it's visible and it's an elderly person, most of the time, but not even. I was coming out of a terminal one day at the ground transportation and I saw a woman and she had her leg up and it was in a wheelchair and she was just at the side of the road. And I was with my family and I just stopped and I looked at her and I says, are you okay? And she started to full cry. And she goes, I'm actually not okay. I'm here by myself. I'm waiting for an Uber. I don't know where I'm at and I'm going to a funeral. And I said to her, is there anything I could do for you? Do you need me to wait with you? Like, what do you need? Because she was all by herself in this situation. And like you said, the curbs, the movement. And she said to me, just because you stopped, it gave me the strength to move forward. Total stranger. And she wiped her eyes and I said to her, I'm going to be right over there. If you need me, I will come back and I will do anything you need me to do to get you on your way. And she dried her face and she says, thank you so much. And that little piece is why I feel like this happened to you, what happened to me, and the next journey's coming forward. teaching us these lessons because we are the ones.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are the ones, but fortunately, right?
It's okay.
Because we can bring people in that really didn't have us.
So when is your surgery? Do you know?
Surgery will be at the end of the year. So right after our Christmas rush and all the heavy lifting has been done and kind of going to our calm season.
Okay.
And I can rest appropriately. And I will tell you,
Great.
I know a lot of people told me to rest, and I did do a lot of resting that people didn't see, but I understand what it is to see someone and you're like, rest, I want you to be out of it. And you're like, they're so stubborn. But trust me, I will rest for this. I've been through a lot. She's been through a lot.
Yes.
And all we want to do is get back to ourselves,
You do.
our industry, and our passions, and be able to teach so that you guys don't have to go through what we do.
Yeah.
Right? It's just the
Exactly.
industry, right?
Exactly.
We teach. You don't have to wear a trash bag because we can make it better. You don't have to use this shear because we can give you something better.
Yes.
And that's what we need. We can't be handicapped. I always say it's handicapped. This is crap right now. But we'll get there.
Sometimes it's crap. But it's okay.
But again,
But
you know,
it's good.
We
It's
found each other in a hopeless place. You know, Ellie, I got to tell you, if we have nothing, if we lose our minds, you have a scooter, I have a scooter, all we have to do is we can put a cup.
Yeah.
We can make money
We can.
no matter what. I will look good. We have apparatuses. We will draw all the disabilities to the yard.
You have all the charisma, so
And that's it.
I got some
This is
musical
what I'm saying.
talent.
You have to have a little joy. Because if you don't bring joy with you and you start to just get angry that these things are happening, you are never going to move forward. You'll stay like a stinky swamp. You have to be an ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Keep moving.
I love the ocean.
Yes.
Get it.
You ever been at the beach and get smacked by a wave and you're just like, that was the worst thing? And you get up and you're like, oh man, I don't know what that was, but that felt good. You know? And that's what it is. The object for me is not to grow old, but to keep on living young. That's it. And so the harmonicas, the yo-yos, the flipping of the scissors, that's what keeps us fun, young, and living.
Yeah.
So
we're making a bandana pattern, a really special one.
Mm-hmm.
It's for breast cancer awareness.
coming up.
It's got a foot skeleton on there.
So Ellie took all that
vibes.
inspiration from me, from her, and she said, Jess, I want to dedicate this bandana to you. I know you don't need the help. I know you're okay, but I know more than you know because I'm in this way.
Yeah.
And I said, Ellie, I love you. I don't need it, but I appreciate you.
Doing it anyway.
And she's like, I'm doing it anyway. And Brett goes, you better. She's been working all day. And I said, you know, but we're the type of girls like,
doing it.
no. But I appreciate you. That was so super awesome. And any of you guys out there that are going through something, you find your people. Trust me, those bandanas, put them on your dogs, put them on your necks. And remember, there's a fight happening within everybody. Even if you can't see it, believe it. And that's it.
Yep.
I think we got it.
I think so too.
All right, give me a hug. It's my girl. Guys, boom, 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 boom. Here it is.
I like it.